Yo, what is up, my little cupcakes? In today's video, I will be comparing the Truthear Nova versus the Audeze LCD-5. Alright, so let me just make sure this camera is clean. Okay, I didn't really change anything, but yes, so I did a video like this previously for the Moondrop Variations versus the Audeze LCD-5, and since the Truthear Nova is better than the Variations, I decided why not compare it to the Audeze LCD-5. And let's get started, shall we? Okay, let's go. The first song we will play is... What is the first song we will play, everyone? You know, there's just so many great songs to listen to, but the one we will go with is Heartbreak, Heartbreak from the Persona 4 soundtrack. If I can just find it in my library. I have quite an expansive library of like 5,000 songs or something, so it's a little bit annoying to go through and find, you know, the album you want on the dime, but it's okay because we can just search it up as well, and that works for fine. And then I can do show album in library, and there we go. We have Heartbreak, Heartbreak ready to go. Okay, so playing it on the Truthear Nova with the unfortunately tangled cable. I'm thinking about switching this cable because like this part kind of comes loose sometimes and it just falls off. It's not really what you want, but an update is I'm actually using them on the deepest ridge, not the shallowest ridge, because it measures better that way with the large Treble foam spiral groove ear tips, so it's also better for fit reasons, but yeah. Okay, here we have it inserted. It's really not so bad, honestly, to insert the foam ear tips, and these Treble foams basically last forever, so that's not really an issue. Okay, anyway, enough talking out of the way. Let's play Heartbreak, Heartbreak. Wow, man. The bass impact is so good, so good. It's so clear, the treble. It could be said that the upper treble comes across a little bit muffled, though, I suppose. Okay, let's switch to the Audeze LCD-5 and see if, you know, the comment about the treble being a little bit muffled on the Nova goes away. It's definitely brighter in the upper treble. It's definitely clear past around 8 kilohertz, the LCD-5 is over the Nova, so it does come across as if there is more resolution because of that, but bass impact wise, I mean, the Nova with the good seal and good fit has really good perceived bass impact because the bass is boosted in such a way that it compensates for the lack of maybe physical tactility around the ear, but maybe that will change with a different song. Overall, I'd say excellent showings from both pieces of audio gear. For the next song, we'll start with Audeze LCD-5. We'll go with Baby Funk BR by Baby Baby Doll and DJ FKU. Okay, strong start. So at like 19 seconds in this song, it starts kind of like increasing in intensity, and you just feel like this, you know, pressure buildup with the LCD-5. I wonder if that's gonna appear in the Nova as well. Yeah, I mean, it's 10 out of 10 sound quality from the LCD-5 on that, but we'll see how the Nova fares in comparison. Okay, here we go. Inserting the TE Nova, the Truthear Nova, that is right. Yeah, it sounds incredible on the Nova as well. I'd give it a 10 out of 10 for that song. I mean, even the high pressure part is like really played back perfectly. The bass is so impactful, and the whole response is just so well optimized. I feel that it's really hard to go wrong with the Nova. Okay, let's go to maybe something a little bit more, you know, bass heavy. We'll go to Ninairo Stage by Denunbu. Strong bass at the start, definitely. Getting great impact. So at this song in like 53 seconds in, I remember on the LCD-5 I can really feel the bass in my earlobes. It's not really happening here. The cymbals come across a little bit muted on the Nova foam as well. But overall, I'd say 9 out of 10 replay from the Nova foam on that song. Alright, switch to the Audeze LCD-5. The bass definitely comes across more 3D on the LCD-5 in this song. And the cymbals seem more natural. Yeah, I do like. Seems more real. Yeah, definitely 10 out of 10 replay from the Audeze LCD-5 on that song, Ninairo Stage by Denunbu. Okay, wonder what else we can try here. Maybe we can try, some song which can really perhaps demonstrate spatial effects more or something. Yeah, I mean, soundstage is generally pretty overrated, I'd say, but I mean, at least for my songs, it's not really an important factor. But okay, let's go with okay, we'll go with Star Trek Into the Darkness soundtrack. The first song, Logos and Pranking the Natives. Okay, starting off. The clarity is so good. It sounds so natural. It's just not the largest in terms of scale, though. Wow, it's just so good, the Nova. The scale is smaller, but it's so clear, it's unbelievable. This is the world's highest Harman predicted preference rating earphone for you. Like, I feel like the sounds are honestly not necessarily coming from inside. Yeah, honestly, this might be surprising, but 10 out of 10 replay from the Nova on that song, even though I was supposed to be a song that was harder for the Nova. It's just so good that it sounded perfect. Okay. Playing Logos and Pranking the Natives again on the Audeze LCD-5. Okay, I mean, instantly I can hear my roommates making some noise in the kitchen, which is definitely not what we want, but okay, maybe they'll quiet down. Alright. Okay, they're still making some noise, so that's another thing, with these open back headphones, someone's making noise and it's distracting, and for these, true hi-fi comparisons, it's not what we want. Can't hear them with the Nova when that's happening, but regardless, we'll try ignoring them, okay? So at 50 seconds into this song, you can hear, this bass note playing, and you can really hear it originating from the driver outside your ear rather than something inside your ear, which is the case with this. It feels more, 3D in that sense for sure. And the tone is really similar enough between these. I mean, this is Harman 2019, basically perfectly compliant, and this is Harman 2018, basically perfectly compliant after EQ. So it's not really a tone thing that we're comparing here at this point. It's more like, technical differences between an over-ear and an IEM at this point, right? They're both really, best in their class. I mean, yeah, what can I say? Again, it's 10 out of 10 replay from the LCD-5. Okay, so we'll go with... Let's see, what's a song to play? We'll go with Hi Hi by Luna. Hi Hi by Luna, okay. Starting with the LCD-5. Very clear, yeah. I mean, yeah, 10 out of 10 replay. The song sounds as good as ever over the LCD-5 EQ to Harman 2018, but how will the Nova fare up? The Nova. Yes, let us go with the Nova here. Honestly, The treble here sounds more intact than it does on the Audeze LCD-5, and if you listen to the Audeze LCD-5 in tone generator, you can hear a dip at 8500 Hz. This is supposedly due to head-related transfer function features, but it does come across less, intact in the treble than the Nova on this song here. I think it could be argued that the upper treble is a little bit veiled in this song on the Nova, just because, this really emphasizes kind of like 20 kilohertz level performance. If you look at the song in the spectrogram while it's playing, it really goes high up into the range, and I feel like maybe this is rolling off a little bit before then, but I guess in like up to like 12 kilohertz or something, the treble is just super intact on the Nova. Okay, we'll just try this again on the LCD-5, see if any of the comments remain. The LCD-5 is noticeably clearer in the upper treble for sure, but it could be argued that it's not as intact in the, 8 to 12 kilohertz region as the Nova, just because of this dip at 8500 Hz, even though it could also be argued that it adds to spatial effects. Okay, let us go with another song here. Okay, let me scroll down in my library, see what we have here. Okay, we'll go with a classic, a real good classic here, Asymmetry by... Is this the song that was difficult, or was it Giant OTN Big Death Edition? I'm not sure, but both of these songs are pretty high res, and they do break a lot of headphones and earphones. Very few have even been able to play these correctly, so we'll see how they fare up. Okay, we'll try Asymmetry by Real. Okay, we'll start Asymmetry by Real. It's going down. Okay, 05, really good bass impact for an IEM. Very clear, very clear. Wow, amazing, amazing! I mean, it's so good. 10 out of 10 performance easily for the Nova on this song. Wow, that was just incredible sound quality. Okay, let's listen to the LCD-5 now on this song, Asymmetry by Real. So at 04 seconds in, there's this bass drop in. It really kind of just like sounds the exact same on the LCD-5 as the Nova, except it just sounds larger in scale. You can feel the bass more in your earlobes. It's kind of really, I wouldn't say it's the Nova on steroids, but it's just kind of like a larger scale version of the Nova. I feel like that's a 90% descriptor of what the difference is here. Because, I mean, again, as I'm saying, like the difference in tone is really not significant. It's just kind of like technical performance differences between over-ears and IEM. So, the cymbals do come across brighter on the LCD-5, but it doesn't sound harsh necessarily, and I would also give it a 10 out of 10 performance on this song. Nothing really comes out as wrong here, It just sounds really great, so, okay. I mean, in my comparison before with the Nova and with the variations in the LCD-5, I was often saying that the LCD-5 is so much better here and there, but that's really not the case with the Nova. It's really extremely close to the variations in sound quality, to the point where, like, if you have these, you really don't really have much reason to get the LCD-5, honestly. Okay, The Great Escape by Girls' Generation as the last song, starting off with the LCD-5. Starting off, great clarity, great bite to the sound. Great impact. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite songs of all time, and it's played back so well on the Audeze LCD-5 EQ to Harm 2018. Easy 10 out of 10. I mean, wow. And there's little doubt in my mind that it'll also be 10 out of 10, replay on the Nova, so let's get into it. Okay, the Truthear Nova. Listening to that. Okay, let us put it in our ears. I mean, it definitely does take some time to put it into your ears, but I mean, the sound quality you're getting, can you really complain? Can you really complain? I'd say no. Okay, The Great Escape. To start, amazing clarity. Great bass impact. It definitely sounds more closed in, I'll give it that. Comes across a little bit muted in the upper range. So at 35 seconds in, it's about to like transition into the chorus, and you can hear the sub bass kind of going like dun 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 dun, and it's not really you're not really feeling the tactility that's kind of, you know, a part of the enjoyment of the song, which really gets you into the chorus. I'd say it's a little bit of a minor nitpick, not really that noticeable, but it was worth mentioning, I think. So at 43 seconds in, you know, someone sings to the side, and it sounds like it's coming from like here, and with the LCD-5, it's more like here. I'll try to, you know, get a comparison here. Okay, let's listen to the Audeze LCD-5 on this part again. You can really hear it coming from outside of your earlobes, and you can really feel your earlobes vibrating. And you can pretty clearly tell that it's coming, the sound is propagating from outside your earlobe. And again, at the 35-second part, as I was mentioning, you know, how it goes in from the sub bass to the chorus is really more distinct on the LCD-5 than the Nova. So definitely not a 10 out of 10 performance from the Nova on this song, but probably like a 9 out of 10, 90% performance. I mean, it could be that I just listened to the LCD, or listened to the song on the LCD-5, and that's why it's not as enjoyable on the Nova, but it just doesn't have the same, you know, engagement factor. It's not as 3D sounding, the bass is not as impactful outside my earlobe, and okay, yeah, it's not as clear sounding in the upper range. Okay, we'll try it again. Yeah, this song is definitely better on the LCD-5. We give the Nova like an 8 out of 10. So, you know, in comparison, you know, I think it would be hard-pressed to find a song where the Nova sounds better than the LCD-5 overall. Well, that is EQ to ARM in 2018. But at the same time, without EQ, the Nova is obviously much better than the LCD-5. And on that note, you know, you might as well not get the LCD-5. You're not going to use EQ. But with that said, even where the LCD-5 is better than the Nova, it's not such a huge difference, and I mean, there is quite a large price difference between these two, and really, if you can't afford LCD-5, I don't see much reason to use anything besides the Nova with foam tips. With something like the HD650, you're going to be lacking in bass performance, and, you know, maybe you could get that, but it'll be really similar in performance to the Nova, I'd say, the HD650. Probably worse, honestly, for the deep sub-bass performance and treble quality, but I mean, yeah, the Nova is extremely good. I really say it's close to like 90% of the performance overall of the LCD-5, at least, you know, in terms of enjoyment factor. So yeah, definitely two extremely awesome pieces of kit we have here, the Truthear Nova with the Treble and spiral groove large foam tips, as well as the Audeze LCD-5. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.